Hey guys, thanks for tuning in this week. I have not one, but two Dollar Tree plastic planter flips for you guys. I actually went in looking for terracotta planters, but then I did see these terracotta colored plastic pots as well, and I figured I could do something with them. For this project, I did make sure my pots were clean before starting to apply my paint. And this is multi-surface paint by Folk Art, and I'm just dabbing it on. I want to go for an extremely rustic look for these pots, and I want my terracotta color to be my first layer basically of color, so I'm not going for full coverage. Just something to keep in mind if you're trying to do these for resale or anything like that. This paint technically has a 21-day cure time, and that can vary depending on your environment. So keep that in mind, but it does work great on plastic.
In the light of the morning sun, where the flowers start to bloom, whispers float on the soft breeze, dancing in a gentle tune. In the secret garden we will stay, where the sun above us warms the day. The world outside can fade away. Here in the garden we'll always play.
So I've painted two different pots and allowed them to fully dry. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I typically just build as I go. I grab all my molds out and have them nearby and then just see what happens. I am dusting this with cornstarch. That's going to help it release easier. And I am using DOS clay. I love this Alice mold. It's really meant for her to be holding the balloons, I believe, but I like to pair it with this Wilton mold that has a perfect little bird that fits in the palm of her hand. I will be applying all of my molds to the pots using Mod Podge and just kind of layering and building as I go. So enjoy watching. Every time that people see these finished products, everyone always wants to know, how did you age it? How did you do that? And for this piece, I chose to do that with glaze. Sometimes I use wax, but for this one, it needs to be glazed so that it can be clear coated again, a couple times actually. I'm going to always put decorative use only for things like this that I sell, just in case, because I don't know how hard somebody would use it compared to me. Like if I put a plant in it, I'm going to put another pot in there with my plant and potting soil so that I can lift it out when I go water it. So with the glaze, I've already clear coated the pot once, and that's just to make this next step easier. I'm really coating the entire thing very well, especially around my moldings. I want to get into all of the little nooks and crannies. Definitely around all these edges, that way there's not any white gaps, and that will also match a naturally aged piece a little bit better. Glazing is definitely an ugly process. You have to just know that you're going to make it look better shortly. So just apply it and know it's going to look bad in the process, but then you'll have something beautiful after. Now I have glaze over the entire pot. I'm just going to spray it with water with a very fine mist spray bottle. And then I'm just dabbing it and wiping with a shop rag and pulling it back where I see fit and how I see fit. Sometimes the dabbing gives you a different look. I don't really want to see streaks from my paintbrush, so I'm trying to make sure I get rid of those. It's hard to film this process just due to the shape of the pot and that I only have my phone as my camera at this point. I do hope to one day film from 2 different views, so please remember to like and subscribe. Help me get more monetization, and hopefully my videos will only continue to get better for you guys. And again, this is just a brown glaze, and it really is aging this pot so beautifully. It is great at toning down brighter colors as well, which you'll see with the turquoise patina color that I chose. And again, thanks to the clear coat underneath, I can control my glaze a little bit easier. It's also important to note that dry times are very important between your layers. And with that being said, I'm definitely not finishing these types of projects in one day. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making these. Let me know if you were inspired to create something like this in the comments, and please remember to like and subscribe. Have an awesome week.